Hello everyone, this is Sunniva.
And this is Johannes.
And you are watching Board Gaming Ramblings.
And today we are taking a look at Aldebaran Duel, the new two-player game from Vladimír Suchý, then published by Dino Toys.
It plays from 2 to 2 players and plays in 60 to 90 minutes.
Yes. Vladimír Suchý, we like him.
Yes, we do.
He makes amazing games, and this time a two-player only game. And the reason this is not like a Delicious Games game is because they only do, like many companies have these kind of things that we don't know about usually. Like, we only publish games that goes into these things. For example, I think that Chili Fox games. We just did like we have spoken about them. I don't think they only publish games that plays to 6 players because I think you could play come together as well with up to 6 players.
Maybe
I think so. And also Stormmeyer also only publishes games that can play up to 6 players.
Yeah, so have these policies.
Yes, and Delicious Games, I'm pretty sure, like I read in the designer diary on BGG from Vladimír Suchý on this one, is that because it fell out of that like 2 to 4 player or 1 to 4 player that Delicious Games had, then he was like, oh, I'm probably not going to release this, but then he found another publisher from the Czech Republic and they wanted to release it, so now they have released it.
Cool.
Or they are releasing it at Spiel, so this is a copy that we got from the publisher. We already did a playthrough before the weekend, so you can go and check out all of the bells and whistles, how it works there. And this is going to then be like a more of an abbreviated final, or like a long final thoughts, like going through some of the things that we liked and maybe not liked in the game, and tell you if this is one that you should check out or not. Or not tell you that, but tell you what we felt. And you will hopefully throughout the video find out if this was for you or not. And of course, check the playthrough, because then you get to see how the game plays. Because we did play it in the playthrough.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit about the gameplay in this game. You can also see it in the playthrough.
So, bye!
It is a very simple game. It is basically 2 actions you can do. You can either draw cards, or you can play some of the cards that you have in hand. And the drafting has like the tires that you can draft from. So you can draft the oldest cards. You can draft the 2 of those, but if you want to draft the newest card that come out, you can only draft 1 of those. And it has a very strict hand limit on just like 7 cards.
That is true.
Which sometimes is
a problem.
Is a problem. Yeah.
This game has a mechanism I really like, which is multi-use cards. I like it, but then I also hate it because it's so hard to choose what to use the multi-use cards for. And this one is a classic one of, do I want to use it as a resource or do I want to use it as playing the card? And all the cards are good most of the time, so you want to play all of the cards, but then you can't because like suddenly you have to discard 4 cards to play this 1 card, and that is very tough. So a thing you can do in this game, which is really fun, is that you can kind of get an engine of production going. So you can produce the different resources so that you have like a discount. Whenever you play a card that needs power, then and if I need 4 power and I have a production of 3, I only have to pay 1 card that has a power on it. Another thing I like with that is even though when you have all of the things you need, you still have to throw away something because or else it would be very good. And you could just play all the cards for free at the end of the game, which would be not all the cards because they're getting super expensive every time. Like there's 3 epochs. And every time you get out the new cards, even though you played it a few times, you're going to turn all the cards and be like, oh, it's that much more expensive this round.
Yes, and that also makes it very important to have some production of these resources. Or else it's going to be
without,
very, very expensive for all the cards in the 3rd epoch, as you said. It is a lot of different ways to score points in this game. You can play the simpler cards, which don't require anything, just like the resources you need to play them, and those gives you like scoring for like tokens, for example, at the end of the game. But you could also go for building planets and placing these planet pieces. I don't know if it's called. And completing the planet and get
like colonization cards or something.
Yes, and then you get the tokens that you want to score for,
and
a lot of other good stuff as well.
Yeah, I really enjoy that it's also a lot of tracks.
Yes.
The game is a lot about the tracks. I really enjoy, even though we haven't like gone super heavy for it, the military, diplomacy, and trade tracks. So you can go on them, and at the end of the round, you're gonna move on this board, like up and down and diagonal, depending on how far you are ahead of the different people or the other person, because it's a two-player game, on those tracks. And if you go like heavy for military on those tracks, that's just pure points. And if you go for trade, that's be points depending on how many planets you have played. And then you have the last one, is diplomacy, which basically can give you some points if you are farther ahead, and then just gives you a possibility to move your piece one way, like towards your trade or towards your military. Really like that. I will say that this is the game is about, it says like 60 to 90 minutes, and all the games we have played, I played with you most of the times, I also played with another friend, it took between 60 and 75 minutes, which I think felt really good and snappy for the game. What did you feel about the playtime?
Oh, I feel like I have a lot of AP sometimes, but other than that, I also feel like it is a very nice playtime for this game.
Yeah.
It feels sometimes a little racy because you end an epoch when both players pause, and there is no reason to pause unless you drafted all the cards and you've played all the cards that you want to, and then you want to play a lot of cards, so then you can like draft cards faster than the other player. In that regards, it feels like, okay, I want to be like maximize this so I can draft the cards that I need. So yeah, I don't feel like it's overstaying its welcome at all.
Another reason that it feels racy is that many games feel more racy in the two-player variant. And now the many bigger Euro games, when you play them with 3 and 4 players, and then we go down 2 players, I feel like, oh, we're not getting anything done because it's my turn all the time, then it's done. Like, I have the same amount of actions, so here, because the turns are so snappy and so quick, it's going to be like, I'm going to take these 2 cards, I'm going to take these 2 cards, and oh, that one come out, oh, I need that, I'm going to take that, oh, I'm going to play this card, boom, 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 boom. So you could play it even faster, I think, like getting it to an hour. If you're not playing with AP people, it's going to go quicker than that, not thinking about every single possibility all of the time. One thing to say, which is kind of like a positive and a negative, is that all the cards come out every time you play.
Yes, just in different
Orders.
order.
You don't have to sort them at the beginning.
Yes, which is nice, because if you have played the games many times, you can kind of plan for specific cards that you want. And also, if I, for example, want to finish a planet and I really need a white planet piece, then I know that
there's no white planet pieces, but that's
okay. Great.
Oh, yeah.
You know, the whitish.
I was like, why did I say that? That's not a color in the game, but I remember the gray now. Yeah.
Then I know that it's going to be there. It's not random that, oh, I couldn't finish this planet now because that piece didn't come up, which I do enjoy.
So that's, as I said, like that's a positive, but also it means that it's gonna be the same cards every time that you play. So it's not gonna be, oh, this time we're gonna use these cards so that the game changes in this and that way.
Yeah, but it changes in other ways, because you have these scorings on some of the tracks that the person highest up on the track will gain a scoring opportunity, which gives you a direction to go in. You also have these tech cards that also gives you, or is it tech cards?
Yeah. Science.
It's science, yes, which either gives you more ways to score points or discounts on actions or special abilities throughout the game, which also changes the way you play.
That is true. So it has variability but it doesn't have like a huge variability.
It's still the same core puzzle with the 2 main actions and trading basically cards as resources to build more things.
The mechanisms aren't going to change, but you are going to do, as I said, you're going to do like the same kind of things, but you can go different routes depending on, as you said, the science draft, depending on all of those things. I really like the drafting as well. You said like that in the beginning, but it's a draft that works really well for 2 people, because drafts back and forth like this doesn't usually work, but the fact that you have those tires so you can take like a 3-point value every time you take cards really works really well. So you have like 3 rows with 1, 2, and 3, and you can shop cards the way that you want. It's fast turns. It's fun. Is it fun? We will soon tell you now, but who is this for and what is the weight?
Yeah, I think it's a light to medium game, and it is. I think it's a great two-player game because you have these fast turns, very simple actions that works very very well for two players because it flows really nicely. It's not very like it is. Interaction.
Yes.
Interaction. It is interaction because of the military tracks. Like you have this back and forth balance there, and you also sometimes you can see what cards you want to hinder the opponent from having.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's a very like solitary puzzle game. Each feeling for me. So I think it will fit a lot of players.
Yes. So, final thoughts time. We did a playthrough, now we talked about it, and now it's time for the final thoughts. Maybe we should do that in the third video, with like the final thoughts in the third one.
Okay,
so
bye!
we have playthrough, review, final thoughts. Hey, let's not do that ever. Okay, final thoughts time. Before we go to final thoughts, if you like what we do, and you haven't done so yet, you can help us in a big, big way, which changes our lives. It's going to change our lives for the better, and that is by giving us a victory point.
Yes, and we get victory points when you click that subscribe button. You can also click the bell to get notifications every time we post a new video.
Ding, ding, ding. Final thoughts, you go. Aldebaran Duel, Vladimír Suchý, two-player game, Dino Toys, review copy. Things,
nice
words, boom, spiel release.
Yes, I like it. It is a very satisfying, easy to get to the table game.
Yeah.
It doesn't take up a huge space. Some space it does take up with the tableau of cards, but it's not a lot of components. It's just very easy for my brain to handle, but also interesting enough and meaty enough for me to care about the decisions I do. I really like it. It's like the perfect after school night
When
game.
I come home from school, I'm gonna play it. I'm like, oh, so tired. I'm home from school now. We're gonna play this game because I'm tired from school.
Yeah, so I think this is a solid game. I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay, Aldebaran Duel, fun game. I agree with everything you said. It's like it's just amount of thinking involved that makes it so like the decisions make sense. Like it's not like, oh, I can just take some cards. The cards you choose are important. It's important what you do. Important decisions is important for me in games. Yes, I like it a lot. I'm gonna give it a 7.5.
Cool.
A fun little game. And if you want to get it, you can get it at Spiel. And if you want to see us, you can see us at Spiel and say hi. That would be better, not just seeing us. If you want to know the secret sign that you can show to us when you see us in the halls, and then we understand that you are a viewer of the channel, you can go and check out the secret sign in the Game of the Month video that we just did last week. And also you can find out there where you can meet us. You can meet us at Aporta and Chili Fox Friday and Saturday. And that's it.
Yes.
That's the end of the game. No, the video. The game will still be here and we can play it more because it doesn't explode. And that's the end. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Johannes.
I'm Cinema.
And you, person on the other side of the screen, thank you for being there. You're awesome. You've been watching Board Gaming Ramblings. And bye!